It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. So if you just joined us, we're asking 800-585-1051. Now they're saying Tekashi69 will be released tomorrow.
Yes.
And if he is released,
we're saying it's potential.
Potential, yeah, possibly.
Because I got a call from somebody, I guess who's in 6ix9ine's team, and he asked me, did I want to do a one-on-one interview with 6ix9ine?
Correct.
And I was like, no, I think if we did interview him, he should be on the Breakfast Club, because the Breakfast Club was his, two biggest looks. But I was like, you know what? Let me talk to everybody else to see, because I'm not too sure how I feel about that.
Right. I got a similar call, and they asked me, would I be willing to do it? I said, I don't think I want to do it.
Tell me why you wouldn't do it.
The reason is this, right? Now, I feel like with Tekashi69, I feel like he used his gang affiliation and all that to benefit himself. Right? First he came out, he was allegedly a Crip, then he was allegedly a Blood, and he was talking crazy all the line for clout and for people to stream his music, and it worked. The young man made great music. He's actually a good kid. Like, I sat down and spoke to him a couple of times. My kids, he's taking pictures with my kids, great kid. But he used the streets and used gang affiliation to make himself hot. And then when it backfired, because of course you're not going to be able to use something without somebody getting in your pocket and doing street activities, when it didn't necessarily work for you, then you decided to tell on everybody that you was just riding on.
Yeah. All
those hits that you allegedly did and all those things that you allegedly did, now it didn't work for you. So now what do? You turn on everybody, you get released, and you're rewarded for it. I just don't necessarily think it's a message that I want to do. I mean, I don't want to promote to kids that, you go wild and do some stupid ish and then you just tell on the people you done, and then all of a sudden you come out and can put out records and it's all cool. I just don't. It's kind of like a drug dealer. You're a drug dealer. You sell drugs. Another drug dealer robs you. You can't call the police.
Yeah, I mean, for me, man, I'm not even necessarily the street aspect of it. I tell you why it is. For me, I don't think we should do it. Like, when we sit down with someone, it has to either entertain or educate, or possibly both. Would it be entertaining? I'm sure it would be.
It would be.
But I think it could absolutely send the wrong message. Just a lot of miseducation in that 6ix9ine situation. Like you said, Tekashi was out here wilding, pretending to be a gang member. He was ordering hits on people. We told him he would either end up in jail or dead. He got hit with a bunch of charges. He went to jail. He snitched on everybody. We all know that story.
Correct.
Now it's rumors he may be coming home. It doesn't feel like it's been any accountability, okay, on his part. And it would be irresponsible of us to empower that dysfunction. It's the same dysfunction that the label has invested money in. They already trying to set up interviews. And I don't want to be a part of any of that, because it feels to me like the label is just trying to capitalize off this situation the same way they were trying to.
Oh, hell yeah.
They were capitalizing off him running around and wilding.
Right.
And now they're continuing to capitalize off this kid's dysfunction. I think that's whack. Not to mention, when I ask people why we should interview 6ix9ine, people's only response is because it gets YouTube views. That's not a good enough reason for me.
Yeah, we passed the YouTube views. We passed the needing of YouTube views or money. We don't need that.
Yeah.
We're good.
I was going to say, everybody's weighing in on it. Don't you want to hear what he has to say in response, since we talk about giving people a platform when you discuss them? And what about if there is a story of redemption here? What about if there is a lesson to be learned for people? You don't know what it is yet.
Well, talking about, that's a good point. See, that young man has a target on his back right now, and I'm sure it's people who want to kill him. He needs to come home and figure out his life. He needs to figure out who he is as a man before he jumps back into the character of 6ix9ine. Daniel Hernandez has to do some soul searching before he gets back into the character of 6ix9ine. And until he does that, I don't think I want any parts of it. So I do agree with Angela Yee on that aspect, because the label don't give a damn. The label just want to grab him, put him back out there, get him to start making music again, and start making some money, start getting some return on their investment. They don't care about Daniel Hernandez, the person. Daniel Hernandez, the person, absolutely needs to hold himself accountable. He needs to take some responsibility for his actions, and he needs to figure his life out.
This could be a good lesson for kids who are trying to go down a similar path. He's not the first person to have done this. He won't be the last.
Well, let's see.
So we just heard there from the bum-ass Breakfast Club, hating-ass, wannabe, goofy-ass dudes. Listen, the bottom line is, you'll notice that these people have switched up, yeah? When 6ix9ine was hot on the street, these men weren't talking about, oh man, we don't want to interview 6ix9ine. He's taking clout from the street. No one was saying nothing, yeah? When 6ix9ine was on road, he came to Breakfast Club several times and shut down the ratings, yeah? Maxed out all of the Breakfast Club's ratings. So my issue is, why has everyone got a problem now? Why is Envy and Charlamagne trying to act like they're too nice now? Because you weren't, when he was on road doing the same things. He was on road doing the behaviour you're trying to condone now. oh man, he's a fake gangster. Oh man, he snitched. All this kind of business. Oh, he used the Crips. 6ix9ine was on road being goofy, so why wasn't you denouncing it then? Why weren't you criticising him, saying, yeah, you know what, we're not going to interview him because he's used street clout to get where he is. Your man was happy for the views, but you know what, it don't really even matter anyway, because to be honest, 6ix9ine don't need your dead show anyway. 6ix9ine made your show. 6ix9ine came on your show and told you, this show's going to bang, this show's going to be your best one, and lo and behold, it was your best one. So I'm glad that the great thing is, Judge 6ix9ine, he don't need none of these goofy wannabe dudes anyway. You don't need none of these goofy radio, YouTube idiots. That's if the truth be known. And trust me, there'll be enough people out there who will want the exclusive interview. If they don't want it, in fact, I know for a fact 6ix9ine's team didn't just reach out to Deadass Envy and Deadass Charlemagne. They was one of many, yeah? In fact, these goofy people will be paying for the interview, never mind nothing else. But I can't stand the double standard of it. People trying to act holier than thou. The problem is, these radio people have never been in the mix, so they always feel like when they get a bit of power, when people come to them, that's when they feel powerful. Oh, we're not going to interview 6ix9ine, or he did something I've never done. He sold millions of records. That's what they're really sour about. They're sour that 6ix9ine has played the system. Listen to what they say. They spell it out for you. Oh, I don't want to interview 6ix9ine because he made loads of money in the street and now he's not in the street. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. And the fact of the matter is, you don't know what 6ix9ine's going to say. For all you know, he might come out and say similar stuff to what he said in his letter, which could be a massive message to the kids and whatnot. You know what? I'm young, which is something that Charlemagne and DJ Envy haven't accounted for. So are people not allowed to make mistakes? Now, there's individuals like Jim Jones and Mel Murder who are 50 years old, still talking about super violating people. You have them on your show, you interview them on your show, no problem. You had Jim Jones on there the other month, as an example. He's a 50-year-old man, still trying to be involved and mixed up in the streets. And he's an alleged snitch as well. Jim Jones is the only man I know who can be caught with guns and Vicodin and Grand Theft Auto crashing into cop cars and then not get no charges. And that's factual stuff. Happened in the last year. Jim Jones caught doing all sorts of madness and got off on it. So for all you know, Jim Jones is a snitch. Jim Jones is in the street and he's 50 years old, but you let him on and he ain't no... 6ix9ine's a 20-year-old or 22-year-old, however old he is. He's a young, impressionable man. And for all we know, he's going to come on and bring a new attitude to it. But you're two... You radio goofy dudes want to try and make it all about you. Yeah? The bottom line is, the people is what made Breakfast Club. People watching your show. It's never been about Envy and weird ass on some homo ting Charlemagne. It's never been about them. It's been about the people. And the people, in my opinion, would like to see it. Now, to be honest, like I said, I don't even care who interviews him. But I think an interview anywhere will be good to see what angle is going down. But listen, if they don't want to do it, like I said, 6ix9ine ain't going to be begging no one. Trust me, people are going to be paying for that interview. So it's one of them ones. Anyway, before I go, I'll say this: we hear Envy saying, "Oh yeah, I don't want the kids to see that if you do something wrong, you can just snitch and then come out free." Listen, let's get something straight. Whether 6ix9ine snitched or not, that's what it is. But the fact of the matter is, 6ix9ine didn't snitch on holy people. Yeah, 6ix9ine didn't snitch on something good and bring something good down. As an example, let's say 6ix9ine, sorry, had just brought down the Black Panther Party. As an example, he was an inside snitch. I'd understand it why a African American organisation wouldn't want to back that. 6ix9ine has essentially taken down people who are poisoning the community anyway. Yeah, the 9 Treys involved in heroin distribution, cocaine distribution, and you best believe all the heroin and cocaine they were distributing was to black people. So when DJ Envy wants to act like, oh well, I don't want the kids to know that you can just get involved and then snitch and then... Nah, that's not... The fact of the matter is, he's brought down something that was poisoning the community anyway. Now, don't get me wrong, 6ix9ine hasn't done it for them reasons, but let's not elevate the whole street culture to something it ain't, yeah? Anyone, in my opinion, who's involved in that shit, they know the consequences. They know that snitches exist. And most importantly, they should have known that 6ix9ine wasn't a dude to be hanging around doing that kind of stuff with. You know he's not a trill. Keep your business within your circle, within the people you can rely on. 6ix9ine, in my opinion, shouldn't have been one of them. Just by the way he acted, he acts way too wild for that stuff for you to be doing that kind of narcotics trafficking around him. That said, they got caught on an L, they got caught lacking. They took a big L by bringing him in, and they're paying the consequences for it. But let's get it straight. 6ix9ine snitching, in my opinion, has done the community good. That's a few less hoodlums on the street causing problems, in my opinion. But what do I know? What irritates me is this man, and DJ Envy, will have drug dealers on his show, people who are active in that industry or who are active in that kind of thing. He has no problem interviewing drug dealers, essentially. But so what my point is, when 6ix9ine was involved or associated with drug dealing, he was allowed on the Breakfast Club. Now he's not associated with that. There's a problem. See what I mean there? Too much in this hip hop industry do we idolise the trappers as such. Oh, yeah, well, you know what I mean? You should be, if anything, you should be praising 6ix9ine. Well done, 6ix9ine, for realising you went down the wrong path. If anything, that's what I'm thinking. Now, don't get me wrong. If 6ix9ine comes out and he tries to go back to it, then yeah, he's stupid, and everyone needs to cut him off. But as of now, bearing in mind, we've seen the letter, we've seen what he said, he deserves a chance, or he at least deserves one opportunity to put his side across, at least. And then you've got Charlemagne talking about, oh, Maynard, 6ix9ine hasn't showed any accountability. Well, first things first, let's get it straight. It's not as if 6ix9ine's been on bail out on road for the last year. He's been locked up for about 18 months now. So he has, trust me, 18 months in the cell. I'm pretty sure he's in the hole as well. He's in Witsec. So you're in a cell on your own for 18 months. That's not easy for no one. Especially not a 20-year-old you who had never been in jail before. All them other people, Shotty, Mel Murder, they're used to jail. So the first time someone goes jail is the most important. And that's why I feel like giving 6ix9ine a chance, because most people, they go jail once and they either go back again a load of times or they don't go back again. We've got to give 6ix9ine that opportunity. But my point is, listen, Charlemagne's talking about, oh, this, that, the other. You don't know what vibe he's going to come out on. Yeah? Oh, well, I don't think he's repented enough. I don't think he's shown enough remorse or whatever. Number one, we've seen the letter to the judge, and he appears remorseful. And besides, you've got to give him that opportunity. You can't say, oh, I don't think there's been enough payback yet. Number one, he's been in jail for 18 months. Number two, from what we've heard, he sounds remorseful. And number three, if you don't do the interview, you won't know what vibe is on. But like I keep saying, you don't really, whether it's Breakfast Club or not, it's irrelevant. But what irritates me is the fact that these two radio idiots, to be fair to Angela Yee, she was right. You don't know what he's going to say, and from what he might be repentful, and that lesson would be very valuable to young people coming up, because he's young himself. He can say, listen, and that's the other thing people need to take into account. As an example, when 6ix9ine went into jail, he was already distanced himself from that life. He already said, listen, I'm not looking to get locked by the feds. I'm getting away from Treyway. I'm not associated with them. They were robbing me, etc., etc. So he'd already sowed the seed to a new beginning, in my opinion. Now, this 18 months in jail has done him good. I think he did need that. But that's enough payback, in my opinion. He wasn't on the street dealing. Yes, he got mixed up trying to organise stuff, but that didn't go down ultimately. And besides, I reckon if he weren't around them individuals, as an example, for what I'm trying to say, listen, 6ix9ine weren't putting no hits before he met the 9 Treys, was he? Go back to 2013, he weren't putting no hits out then, was he? No. It was only until he got involved with them goofy idiots that stuff started happening. Of course, though, both sides need to be responsible, but he's done 18 months, it's his first offence, and he seems to be coming out the other side. People don't want to give people a chance, and I think half it's to do with 6ix9ine, because there's a whole load of snitches in the African American community. I think because 6ix9ine's Mexican, people are kind of sour about it. When a black person snitches, everyone's happy to welcome him back in. But it seems to be everyone's got an issue because it's 6ix9ine. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is anyway.